Q.
Pryme.
Roland.
Oh,
All
I thought
right.
you had a cool name you came up with. No cool name. I mean, your name is cool. That's not what I'm saying. Your name is cool.
I retired my little
Oh, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan.
Okay.
All right. So one of our topics. I'm kind of glad that we were supposed to do this podcast a few weeks ago, but I'm glad that we kind of waited because I don't think it would have been difficult to do this previously. As you all know, we've lost a legend, an icon in the world, not only in the sport of basketball, but in the world. And top three has to be at least top three player. Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gigi Bryant. We lost them in a helicopter crash. And the other families as well. I just wanted to read the other families because we don't want to skip over those people as well. Just the family last name. The Altabellis. Prayers go out to the Altabellis. Mauser, family of Mauser, I guess basketball coach. The Chester family. And then the pilot. Ara Zabayan, just sending prayers to all the family members. That is tragic. That is just like, I can't even imagine. I cannot believe, I cannot fathom because again, I've been actually watching highlight reels of Kobe Bryant like all past week and a half, and some of the things I forgot. I mean, I know Kobe came in the game at '96. I was in high school. Me and my dad used to watch basketball. And especially, I totally forgot that Kobe won the 97 dunk contest. Totally forgot that. And it blew my mind. As I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, I remember this. But it's weird that I had to see it again. And I remember, like, me and my dad used to stay up and watch the dunk contest. Because it used to come on, 10, 11 o'clock at night. It's not really late, but not early either. So,
back then that was late. Now,
right, now it's
you
nothing.
just getting started.
Right, now it's nothing. But it's just like I said, unimaginable. I still can't believe it. Even though, like, I guess I'm from the Mike era as well, and I know people, and this probably has nothing to do with the conversation. I'm just trying to do what I can to lighten the mood. But they were always comparing Mike to Kobe to LeBron, you know. And when I've been watching Kobe play. I can definitely see the direct lineage to Mike. I always felt that Kobe was Mike. Everybody was like the next, even though Kobe is his own player and he took the sport of basketball to another level. I feel as though if you're gonna have that conversation, which they do all the time, I felt as though Kobe is the one. If you're gonna say the Michael Jordan, so to speak, LeBron is just a whole nother style of player. We're gonna have players coming in playing after after LeBron. He's just a whole different machine. But I do get why he's in the talks, of course. But again, not to belittle any of the other humanitarian efforts and accomplishments that Kobe Bryant has accomplished. That's pretty much all I have to say on it. I mean, just want to keep it short and brief. I'm not really the stats guy. I remember a few things, but I'm horrible when it comes to stats and certain things like that. But again, we just want to say rest in peace to everybody. Prayers. So
they did a great tribute to him.
It was awesome. I definitely was in tears. Like that was tribute. Definitely beautiful tribute. Mm-hmm. All right, so next subject. What was it?
Super side note.
What?
You guys tell everybody about your package you just got.
Oh God, do we have to? All right, so this is kind of
I don't know this.
Instagram is like
this is on topic, off topic. Okay, so I ordered off, not technically off of Instagram, but I saw it on Instagram, and because I didn't know, because people, I don't know if it was a scam or what, but I didn't think of this afterwards. So
it had scam all over it.
Okay, well, I didn't see that. So right after Christmas, there was a special on these. I forgot the name of the company. They're a famous company. They make sculptures and action figures of your favorite athletes. and they come complete with basketball, change of sneaker, jersey, all of
They're
it.
posable.
Posable. And they have a stand. Like, you can make him dunk, or like he's playing defense. You can even change the hands. And like I said, it's Michael Jordan, so he came with replica sneakers.
On the advertisement.
On the advertisement. Okay, so it was it's a smaller version of the action figure, because there's a bigger one that's like, it was like $500. This one was on sale for $45. It was normally like $100.
500 to 40.
No. Listen, there's two different prototypes. No, two different prototypes. There's one that is like the 4-foot it's huge. Pause. It's a big figure. So that was $400. That particular figure had every change of clothes, the throwback 85 warm-up jerseys, shooting jerseys, all the Jordan the sneaks were like, they're like that big, but they're exact replicas of the retro sneaks, Jordan. And okay, so I got the miniature version of it. That's what I ordered. So, man, it was like, right, like about a few hours later, I started reading the website. Like, this looks fake. And it don't look right. So then I go back on Instagram again. Mind you, I didn't order it from Instagram. I wasn't doing it. I went on to the exact website. People were like, "It's a scam. It's a scam." I'm like, "Oh man." So
then you go on the reviews. The reviews are all like, look
reviews,
like they just screen grab like people's
the reviews
Facebook
were,
pictures.
Yes.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, generic.
It's awesome.
Yeah, like people name like,
I'm so happy.
Like people like generic names like Michael Ray. Like, I loved it. And then like Jay Steele, I don't know. John Smith. Like, it was just like random. And I was like, this looks so fake.
Best thing I ever bought.
Right. It's the best thing I ever bought. Like, it just didn't go. Anyway, so I hit up, I think I used PayPal. I said, yo, listen, I think I got scammed. They was like, nah, you got to wait. I guess
PayPal
eight
just
weeks.
wasn't trying to hear
No,
nothing.
they said they would reimburse me if it didn't, I had to have.
At first, they put you in that loop, though.
Right, but they kept telling, they said I needed proof. So I'm like, oh, man, they ain't gonna give me. So I got like 2 or 3 different confirmation letters, but they looked very fictitious. It didn't look real. Like, right. You have ordered so-and-so, and it's on its way. Now, mind you, it was coming from China. So it was in another language, like it was written, different. And I just didn't know. Like, I swore I wasn't getting it.
Long story short.
You
thought that money was gone.
Long story short, it arrived, last night?
Yeah, something like that.
Grandmom calls me. He's like, yeah, you got a package. You got a what?
From China.
I could not believe it. I was like, okay. First thing I'm thinking is, the Michael Jordan figure is not going to have any clothes on. He's going to have either that or one sock on or some shit. I don't know. I came, and it was not a scam. I went to pick it up. It was not a scam.
It's legit.
It's legit.
It was good. All right,
it was
good.
legit. So,
how long did you wait? Like a month?
It was a minute. It was like around Christmas.
It was a month and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
I chalked it up. I was like, I wasn't getting that money back.
I was like, I don't know. You show up with that
I
package.
wasn't getting that money back.
I mean, it is from China. So like, if I order something from Wish,
right?
Like typically, and this is like what everyone says, like you usually wait a month.
Right. Well, see,
wow.
again,
It takes that long?
I've never ordered anything that I know of from China. Not to say that everything coming out of China is fictitious. It was how it was displayed.
No, you was
and I was like, oh man, it got me. I said, it got me.
Byron Gordon instead of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna be Byron Gordon. It's gonna be a fake, like it's not gonna have a leg or like the jersey would be like somebody wrote it in marker 23 or 32 backwards.
It had a happy ending, everybody.
Yes. And she don't even want. She's like, don't put that near me. I don't touch it.
Scams.
Yeah. All right.
Funny.
So what we got sidetracked. What were we going?
I don't know. You the host. You was telling us.
Oh.
What's next?
Well, the other topic was, and it's really not connected to anything. It's this is another random. We were talking about Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we had a long chat about this.
I don't know, because he does things, of course, that may be like, why the hell did you do that?
What made us bring that up again? What happened?
I can't remember.
It must have been something to do with his the church he's having. Right
oh
now.
yeah, well, which actually,
he released the album. The album.
Which actually they said that show is really good. Church was it Church on Sunday? Sunday.
I have no clue. I haven't been
Yeah.
following.
I forgot the name
He
of that.
does like
He does-
every week.
He has a
He does. Yeah.
Sunday service. Sunday service.
Yeah.
They said it's. I've seen previews and it like the choir is
Yeah,
tight.
his daughter sings on there
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I
So-
think the oldest daughter sings on there
Yeah.
now.
So I don't know how this came up. I was just saying like
Because the album came out.
right. Yeah, but it was something else. Like,
Yeah.
but he's such a polarizing figure. He does things where it's like I personally I can't stay mad at him for long. I don't know why, because I'm still a fan. I'm still a fan, so to speak. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, dude, what do you mean? You know what I mean? But anyway, the question was, I brought up was, would you, if you were contracted for your artistic services, creative services, I guess writing for you, lyric, whatever, production, engineering, if you were contacted and contracted for to be on, I guess, a piece of Kanye West music, would you?
Oh, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. He said yes, and
Yes.
I thought about it.
I'm not thinking about
Why would you say? All right, why? What is why?
Because
I mean,
it's still a foot in the door. It's still credit to a high profile. I mean, I guess I'm just like, I don't know. No, are you?
It's one of those.
Are
things.
you weighing the morals
Right.
versus?
Right.
I don't think he has done, and he's like I just feel like he's all over the place too. That you can't
Of course.
really, you can't really keep taking him serious.
No,
I don't
guess
really
it.
take him serious in that sense, other than music.
Well, I mean,
musically, I think he's a genius.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, so if he did something that R. Kelly did, no.
Right. It's a little different.
R. Kelly, no, that's
That's all.
unforgivable.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
is like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's yeah.
So if R. Kelly came up to me and said, "Yo, get on this track," I'm like, "Nah."
Right.
But if Kanye said, I'm like, "Yeah, forget."
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
I think that's where I stand with that.
I'm pretty much leaning towards that side. I would just be curious as to what particular song or what are we getting into? Like, as far, I just want to know, because like you said, Kanye, he's just like, his artistry is like, I mean, I guess like any other artist is like how you feel at the moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes how you feel at the moment could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, music is music, especially music with a powerful message, is dangerous. And that's kind of what draws us too, because you want to be a part of that particular pursuit. However, I want to know what you're working on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but
it's definitely not as commercial as it used to be.
Right,
With like
right.
Graduation and everything before that.
right,
But as an artist, I understand his desire to, you know, explore new sounds, explore new
oh
structures.
yeah, absolutely.
And kind of like, I feel like society definitely is already brainwashed with the whole certain formula.
Mm-hmm.
Formulaic pop structure, you know what I mean?
Right,
that's
right.
out there, and he, you know, as an artist, he and the thing is, as an artist, he can, because he's like an A-lister. He has that money, he has that clout now, so he can afford to do that, and you know, fortunately for him, that people, I still think a lot of people still admire his work.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, people criticize him all the time, and they're still buying the sneakers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The sneakers are flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people. I mean, at some point we've all been a hypocrite, I guess, and so to speak. But people,
That's a good point.
yeah. I mean, people do that all the time. Like, I ain't messing with him. I don't mess with his music. But you got his sneakers on your feet, so you still mess with him.
It's true.
So that part. That's why I try my best not to throw stones from a glass house, because I try not to judge. You know what I mean? But I probably would do some work. You know what I mean? Like, give him some beats or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Because I mean, Kanye's he's a living algorithm. So there's going to be good with the bad. The mostly good, because your name is going to surface with the work that you've done.
Exactly.
That's
and that
how I
opens
feel.
the doors to like, oh, he worked with Kanye. He did this.
Right.
then you could get
right, and it's like
kind of build from that.
I can see how you guys are coming from it, like from a music standpoint,
right, because
like,
I mean, his political. Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
His political beliefs have nothing to do with the beat that I gave him. You know what I'm saying?
See, I have to disagree. Because short answer is no, because the long answer is I have a lot of questions.
Right,
like
I get that.
Me personally, like I understand wanting to get in that movement, but I still need to have a home base of what I believe in versus, you know, what I don't feel is a correct course of action.
Right.
You know,
I get that.
Some of the things he said, I just feel like me and him would have to have a long conversation.
Absolutely.
Like, where is your mind now?
No, I agree.
You know, where are you trying to steer all of your faithful followers now?
Right.
Because people are very impressionable.
Absolutely.
You know, so he's a force within himself just because he has that name now.
Right.
So I can't be attached to somebody that's steering people all over the place.
Right.
Whether he's going left, right, or just complete chaos. You know, I need to make sure I'm in somewhat of an alignment with somebody that I'm working with, because this isn't just about money or fame for me. This is me, who I am, mentally, spiritually, physically. No, you know, so it's like, where are you taking me? You know what I mean?
I mean, integrity should definitely remain.
I mean, that they don't call it not saying that he is associated with this, but that they don't call it Holly weird for no reason.
Of course.
A lot of these people get on because they compromise themselves because they want to get a look at the Weinstein thing.
Right.
I mean, not blaming any of the women that are involved with this, but, you know, people put a bug in your head.
Yep.
Go see him.
Yep.
You go see him, he like, hey.
Yeah.
What you willing to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't, you know, that's not throwing stones. That's just standing with who I am.
Absolutely. No, before I said what I said, I definitely said a conversation would have to be had. Yeah. Integrity has to stay in check at all times. And I would definitely bring some people with me to make sure I don't go off, because you need people to check you in those situations.
Right.
Because he might say one thing to you, like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you need to get somebody to reel you back in. He might start talking, I don't know, whatever. He might say, I'll give you a couple pairs of free lifetime worth of Yeezys, and I'll give you points on this song, like royalty points, and I'll give you a check for $100,000 or something. You know what I mean? All of that. Somebody you might lose somebody, you know.
And that's how a lot of like artists from like back in the day before everybody went indie kind of got like pulled into like bad contracts. It's like, oh, go see, you know, this producer or this manager or this A&R person, and you go see that person, like, yeah, I get you on, you know, sign right here.
Right.
It's all good, trust me.
Right.
You know, and then TLC later, you find out you're only making 3 cents on every CD.
Right.
Yeah.
Between 3 people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's also based on, like, I mean, they're definitely young and naive, not to say, you know. If you're talking from our standpoint now, I think we all have our head on our shoulders.
Oh, we've evolved.
Ground. Yeah,
evolution.
So
yes.
if someone like, oh, I'll give you this, I'll be like, well, let me, you know, and plus you have to have a good lawyer.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's a lot of.
Of course.
So I mean, I think a lot of those people who signed bad contracts were just like, they're young, they're naive,
right,
and they just like, you know,
right.
But I think. You know, we're much older, and
that's a good point.
We have a good, you know,
wisdom.
And we know who we are. We know who we are now.
Right, of course.
I'm not searching for myself like I was.
Oh yeah,
right.
18 or 20.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy what people will do.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I think at 18 we had, I think my senior year in high school. We had a guy from New York, from Harlem, from a company called Harlem World, and we've been to the studio, me and my boy Salim at the time, to sign the group Nu-Treez. That was, like I said, 98, I guess, and they wanted to sign it. They wanted me to make beats. They loved the beats that I was making, like I said, at high school then, and they were impressed with what I was making the music with. I had very little. You know what I'm saying? And I told him I wanted to go to school first. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of glad that I did make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, as you said, when you're younger, you're more impressionable. Yeah. And I just perceived the world a lot differently then than I do now. And even though it's a a slower process as a starving artist.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the journey. This is it's a better path. You know what I mean? It's more empowering. Like I've gained so many friends and knowledge, and
it's more fulfilling.
And it's more fulfilling along the way. So I'm glad that I mean, there's definitely a God. Definitely a God, because like I said, that could have just drove me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how that would have turned out? But yeah. So things happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you know, I mean that's pretty much it, but I did have another. I like how I'm doing this. I have another random thing to add.
Too.
But go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I already brought up the topic. You go ahead.
All right, so I'm just curious. This is just like an entertainment kind of thing.
Okay.
We all watch movies.
Okay.
So you remember a couple years ago, Oscar So White was trending, right? So now that's coming back up again.
Oh, okay.
Because this year is literally all the movies, not all, but 99% of the movies, the actors nominated, you know, the topics discussed are based around people of non-color.
Okay.
So, and the only person that's actually of color nominated
Was that the Harriet Tubman?
is the lady playing Harriet Tubman. So, a lot of people were saying it's kind of like taking 20 steps back. So, I mean,
Thoughts?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't.
Do you think we're devolving? You know what I mean? Like, do you think that?
I honestly don't. Well, how many color, like, you know, movies of color came out? And
people were really upset about Jennifer Lopez and Hustlers. People said that
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of great things about it.
I saw it, and I'm not. Forgive me, J-Lo fans. I'm not a fan or a hater.
Okay.
I give her props. She came a long way from being a Fly Girl. In case y'all don't know what it is, you're gonna have to Google it. You remember Fly Girls,
right?
She came a long way from being a Fly Girl to being like number one of the top ranked, you know, Latina and American singers, actresses. All props to her. But she's not a fantastic actress. You know, she kind of was playing the same part over and over again.
Playing herself.
Right. And this one, it was really good. Like, I could really feel the grit in it. You know, I could feel her passion for this role. It was a very good role for her to, like, bring out some more of her subtle nuance acting. Right. So that's why people were really upset, I think, because we really got to see her.
She deserves
I feel like she should have got some kind of recognition. And this is coming from somebody, like I said, that's not a fan or a hater. Right. I'm, like, really in the middle. Right. Totally unbiased. So I can see where she should have got, like, something. I really do. She came out of herself and played this role. I think
that, see, I don't really follow the Oscars like that either, but I think it starts at the, what is that, the board? The people that are elected to make the voting decisions and start. I think it starts there. Even with music, I mean, like, I forgot what it's called, but it's the same thing with music. I feel like there's some years that they get it right with music, just like with the.
I feel they got it right this year.
Yeah,
I really feel that Billie Eilish deserved.
See, but then I've heard people that like they have no idea who she is. See, but you're a little more. See, and that's the thing. The world is a lot bigger than our individual bubbles that we're in.
That's just like the one girl, I can't think of her name. Remember, she won like Best New Artist or something. Oh, and I was like, who is she? Yeah, Camila Cabella.
Did she really win that?
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
I thought it was Camila Cabella.
It was Camila Cabella.
Who won last year?
No, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was. Because she won. It was a few years ago. She won it, and people were like, first of all, she's not a new artist.
Right.
Remember we were talking about that. We were talking about that a while ago.
Then we actually Googled the rules, and I think
she just made it.
Yeah, it was like within a 2 year window. Because
even you were saying
your album had to be
really good.
Yeah, because remember you were saying she's not a new artist.
Yeah.
Remember, you probably
like that was the big controversy. Like people were like, "Who is she?" Number one, and then the people who knew who she was were like, "She's not a new artist."
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I just again, as a whole, I think I've heard,
and she went up against SZA. And that's why people were mad. She went up against SZA.
And I said,
and that's why people really got
like,
hyped. When everybody started Googling qualifications for new artists. Because SZA was a straight up new artist that year.
She had straight up hit hits.
Hit after hit after hit that whole season. And then everybody knew. And then Camila, everybody was like, what?
Yeah, but again, See, again, it goes back to.
Well, Camila Cabello also had hits. I mean, it's just like, like.
But she wasn't a new artist to the people who knew her. She was already a stat. Whereas SZA just came out.
Right.
Yeah.
She was like a clean definition of a new artist.
Wasn't Camila Cabello part of a group?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But I just think that it's.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
the whole thing.
Again, it goes back back to the Oscars. I think that again, the world is bigger than our little individual bubbles that we live in. However,
that's I agree.
However, like I said, the inconsistencies in the voting process, and I feel like there's people just reach in the hat every year and pull something out.
Same formula. It's formulated.
Well, and but it's like right, but it's lucky. It's like sometimes like, oh, they got it right, and then sometimes it's like, oh, they got it wrong. They got it right. Like I just feel like that's the process. But then when they do stuff like the only thing that stands out to the board of whoever directors is a part like the person playing Harriet Tubman. Right. Stands out rather than somebody over here. And also when Denzel got one for playing the thug cop in Training Day.
He played like all those good guys and then got an Oscar for being like a cop.
He got an Oscar for playing for Glory.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he did play.
Was it
supporting though? Supporting act,
yeah.
But that was he got the main one for Training Day.
Look at the theme of Glory. It was the Civil War.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there you go. Harriet Tubman, Civil War. So, we're still jumping back to that same theme.
Right. I mean, yeah. I guess.
Like even Hidden Figures, like that was we still going back in the past. Like that, the article I was reading was basically saying like how. It seems like the people who control this process are very like reminiscent of olden days, which is I don't feel like reflective of now. The things that this generation and forward.
It's kind of like how Martin
are interested.
It's kind of like it's a really this is another podcast I think, but because you have the Martin Scorsese, Stanley Kubrick, the whole like.
He's with the Irishman. Yeah, the Irishman.
I just finished watching that.
That whole group, those legends of directors, Steven Spielberg's part of that, and George Lucas is all part of that whole group of directors that just put out so many iconic movies. But at the same time, they're very critical of today's.
Oh, they hate
formulaic.
Marvel. They hate Marvel.
Word of the day. Yeah, exactly.
I read an article.
He's very critical of Marvel.
They don't like it.
And I could see a lot of his points. It's like, well, he said he was like, it's just like going to an amusement park, and it is.
That's what it's supposed to be, though.
Right. That's the point. Yeah.
But I think a lot of them lose. I think they're very much about the story and character building and all
I mean,
stuff. And I'm like 50-50 on it because I see that whole their side of it and
you see
great storytelling.
Right.
But I'm also just a fan.
Right.
But storytelling again is from your perspective.
Right.
To me, Marvel and all those movies are great storytelling because I just want to step out of the now and just have fun.
Right.
I want to have a great adventure.
Have fun. And I think people...
That's my version of storytelling. Great storytelling.
And there's going to be purists in every situation. So, I mean, you just like... You've got trap. Yeah, purist. You've got trap music versus super lyrical, pure hip hop purists. Boom bap.
Don't forget strip music. Right, that's coming up big now.
That's what I'm saying. For the longest time, and I was a part of this. I can't lie. For the longest time, I could not. For the longest time, I could not. Just my ears were like, "What is this?" I couldn't do it because my hip hop purist ears were like, you know what I mean. But it took a couple years to adjust, and it's like, okay. This is just for a different atmosphere. It's just for having fun. You know what I mean? But the way my brain is wired is like, nah, man, he ain't talking about nothing. That's whack.
Purist.
Right. I was a purist.